Hi there, it's Sam from Pootles.co.uk. Thank you very much for joining me today and for joining me in Pootles Advent Countdown. We're on to number 7. It's going to be here before we know it. No, it's not. It's still October. Okay, so this project, this card I've got for you today is actually a fancy fold card, and it is one that I shared at my team retreat and showed them how to make it. And actually, I made it for the team. It was come out slightly more complicated than it was meant to be, because actually this panel here that you can see, this one here, I originally had planned for it to be designer series paper, which is why I then had multiple layers. Decided, no, I don't need that. So the girls did do this, but some of them made changes. So I'm not going to show you this one with the additional complicated layers. No. Not going to do that. So, okay. First things first, need a piece of cardstock. Cut it in half. And score it in half, and it doesn't matter whichever side you make your card. So what we want is a card that's going to open in the traditional way. Okay, then I need another piece of cardstock that is 1/2 centimetre shorter and narrower than that full piece. So it's 1/2 centimetre shorter and narrower. Now, if you work in imperial, 1/8 of an inch, 1/4 of an inch, so 1/2 centimetre shorter and narrower than this. And then you're just going to cut a diagonal line from one corner down to here, which is about 5 centimetres, but just eyeball it. And we're going from here down. So that looks pretty good to me. Okay, so this is my panel that's going to come at the bottom. Okay, and I want to take a further 1/2 centimetre off there. So take a further 1/8 of an inch off the bottom. And it will come clear. And if I lay this out, it means I get a little gap. Okay, that's the reason for doing it. That's the only reason for doing it. It works. Okay, actually I probably should have scored all of that in the middle, shouldn't I? Oh well. So that was 20.5, so that makes it 10.25. So just score this piece in half, and the same with this one. Score that one in half. And that's going to give me my fold in the middle without any issues whatsoever. And the same on this one. That score is going to slip in like that. Now, to get this part to pop out like this, you come back to your centre score line, line it up and move it, and whatever amount you score on one side of that scored line, so they're going to score again at this point and this point. If you score at 2 centimetres here or an inch, you need to score at the same amount the other side of it. So I'm going to line that score line up at 2 centimetres and score. Okay, so that's my centre point, and that's 2 centimetres. And then I want to go 2 centimetres the other side of it. So you see, I've got the same amount each way. And when you fold it out, it's going to do that. Whoops. Let's get the score lines going in the correct direction. And that's how you get the little bit that pops out. You could do it some more, you could do it some less. It's entirely up to you. That's probably not enough. Maybe I should have done it a bit more. But that's how you get your pop-up element to it. So if I bring in another one, so let's make this. This is a spare piece of Whisper White. Taking that off. And then do exactly the same. So I'm coming at that angle. What you could do is you could do your score line first, which is what I forgot to do. But, you know, I haven't. And so I'm going to put that at 4 centimetres this time. this one scored up because I forgot. And so what that's going to give you is an even bigger concertina than this one, but both will work. So here's the first one with a little hole there, little pop-up. And here's the second one. Oh, I need to take that 1/2 centimetre off the bottom. Just hold those in place. And this is it with an even bigger pop-up. So as long as you're doing the same amount either side of that centre score line, it's going to be fine. Right, let's put this together. Do a little bit of stamping because, you know, stamping. Right, so I've got Be Jolly. When we were at our team event, I had said to the team, you know, bring the colouring medium of your choice. Who did I use? Oh, I used lots of them. Bring the colouring medium of your choice. I didn't tell them about a stamp set because actually I gave them this. I gave all of the team this one. And you will have seen it in Friday's video. So yeah, all of them had one. That's not big enough. Oh, that's the same size block. Oops. So yeah, I gave everybody one of these because I thought that's a nice gift for them. And it meant that they didn't have to worry about whether they did have it or not. So, right, so who have I got where? I'm going to put Father Christmas up here this time round. And put him at the top. Up there. He's cute. And ooh, I've got just enough room for my sleigh. Have a tree over here. And oh, I've just realised I haven't done any for the front cover. Oh well, I'll get some more black. No, I don't want black, I want white. Let me just cut a piece of Whisper White, another piece. So for the front, you want it half a centimetre shorter and narrower than the folded piece. So measure this and then make yours half a centimetre shorter and narrower. Or if you work in Imperial, 1/8 of an inch. Whatever smaller size that you worked on for the inside of your card. So if you made yours 1/8 of an inch smaller and narrower, shorter and narrower even, you would want to do the same. Okay, and let's have our dancing Father Christmas. He makes me smile. And he's going to go on the front. And then, did I put any words in this one? No, I didn't. Oh, no, I just left it like that. Okay, let me assemble this for you. So, I find that liquid glue helps with something like this. So I'm just going to put that on one side and line it up at the centre point. Just gives me a little bit of wibblage room, because that's such a word. And then fold it over. Okay. And then the bottom one, slightly more complicated, but will be fine. I'm folding it in to get myself aligned. And you only want to do that outer side. You don't want to do this one. So And the same over here. You just want this outer one, not that middle, that inner one. And then, oh, I've got a wrinkle. Oh no, I've got a wrinkle on that bit. It's a good job I used liquid glue, isn't it? There we go. And that's a little pop-up card. And like I say, my plan with my original had been to put designer series paper on. I'm not completely sure why I didn't, but for some reason I didn't. Okay, let's get the front on. And then after that, it's just a case of colouring in whatever style you fancy. So I used blends on this one. You've seen me use blends pens lots and lots of times. That you could use watercolour pencils, you could use markers, anything you fancy. But I wanted to show you the bones of it. And like I say, this has got extra layers in it because this layer here, this one here that you can see, I'd planned to do designer series paper and then thought that's going to be really complicated trying to share that between people. So I changed it out for cardstock and it just, yeah. It was fun though. Some of the girls did. They did do that and others went, we'll come up with the simpler method. That's the simpler method. Very cool, very clever. I hope you have a bash at making one of those. If you do, please let me know. Show it on my craft forum or tag me in a picture on Facebook somewhere. Pop it on Instagram, share it, or you can simply send it by email. Thank you ever so much. Hope to speak to you soon. Bye.